Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244, welcome to the Achievement Hunter featured contracts. I didn't get around to doing these when it first came out, so I'm going to do them all now in this one video. All three contracts are covered here, including Brain Melt, Too Much Vino, and Coin Collapse. So all three contracts are covered in here. I'll leave these separated as chapters, so you can go and select them there. We'll also leave the timestamps in the description as well. But for the first one, the Brain Melt one, is those scientists have been making the world worse, melt them all. That is all there is for the briefing. We have 5 targets. All of them we have to take out with a fire accident kill, all dressed as a homeless person. So we're going to start on the Riverside Walkway. We're going to bring along any pistol you want to, any lockpick you want, any coin you want, any suit you want. But as long as you start in this location, that's the most important thing, and bring along a lockpick and coin. So the first thing we need to do is grab ourselves a homeless person disguise, and unfortunately we don't have a homeless person start location. We did for an escalation. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it was just a couple of weeks ago we had one where we could actually start as a homeless person. So that isn't a normal start location, so we have to go and get a homeless person location. So there's the best and easiest one to get is going to be a homeless person at the back of this block building. He's going to be sleeping on the floor, and all you need to do is basically bump into him and get behind him, subdue him. Conveniently there's a crate right there as well, so you can drag his body and just dump his body in the crate and then grab his disguise. And once we've done that, we need to get into the lab area, because that's where all the targets are going to be. Best place to go is through down into the little secret door, secret trap door thing. So what we need to do is use the lockpick on this door to get into the arcade. And then we're going to pass through it and come out here. We're not in a trespassing zone in this disguise, so you want to grab that pipe that's on the floor, punch in the numbers 2552 on this keypad, and it's going to open the ladder up just beside you. Then you want to go and slide all the way down the ladder. We're now in a trespassing hostile area, so just be careful with that. Pick up the screwdriver that's just on the floor as you're going past, and we're going to use that to break open this vent right here. This is where all your targets are going to be. So first thing you need to do is pull out your lead pipe and smack this guard in the back of the head. Grab his weapon and drag his body away. We're also going to use the disguise to our advantage, so we're just going to grab his disguise, take out that camera there with your pistol. Then we're going to turn this fuse box off right here, and then turn it back on. That's going to create a distraction for that other guard. We need to get rid of him. In the meantime, we're going to hide it in this closet right here. He's going to come in to investigate that fuse box, and we're going to, once this guy is back to us, we're going to come out, smack him in the head with the lead pipe, and then drag his body and dump him in the closet. So there's only one more guard left in the area that we need to take care of. We need to also take care of this person here. We also need to drag her body away, because she can get spotted on the camera that's in the room where Imogen Royce hangs out for a little bit. So yeah. So next part, we need to knock out this target right here, and we're going to drag the body closer to where the door is going to be. The reason we're doing that is because it's going to save time a little bit later on. And we ideally want to drag these bodies in the last minute so the bodies don't get spotted. We're going to shoot out this camera. That's going to distract the other guy, but don't worry if he spots you, because we're going to take him out later on anyway, and it's going to restore our silent assassin rating once we get that. So again, we're going to drag the body over towards this door, and we're going to leave the bodies as they are for right now. Don't need to bother with the rest of them. Now we're going to go into the next area and clear that next area out, because there's 3 people in here, and they all need to be dragged into the data core. First things first though, we need to take out Jeremy Bolt. He's going to be standing next to the door right here. We need to knock him out, but make sure all the people, the targets, don't see you do this. Make sure all their backs are to you before you do that. We're going to drag his body and dump him in the little closet right here. Once we've done that, now we can go in here and knock out all your targets. Grab the tier 3 dongle that's on the table right there. And again, it doesn't matter if she spotted you, it doesn't matter. You are going to take these out a little bit later on, and it's going to restore your silent assassin rating. So it's a really good showcase of that particular mechanic as well. So it's a good way to show you, because I have unconscious witnesses there, and it's red, but it's going to turn green once we take them all out. Again, what we're doing now at this point is dragging each target towards the door and just leaving them at the door. because once we've done that, we are going to drag them one by one into the room. And the reason why we're doing that overall is because, again, we don't want their bodies to be spotted. And I've had, if you drag them in there early, I've had situations where, yeah, you get the bodies spotted. So that you want to drag them in at the last minute. So we've gone and retrieved our homeless disguise now. And we're just dragging the third body over towards the door. Again, it's really tedious, this sort of contract. I'm not a big fan of it. But I simply don't think there's any other way of setting these on fire without dragging them into the data core. Unless you can somehow distract them in here, I guess. But we're going to hack the door now, and then one by one drag them in the room. And once we're finished here with these three bodies, we need to go on the other side and deactivate the safety procedure thing to allow us to actually set off the fire in here. So you want to shoot this camera out first and disable the safety switch. Then we're going to go over to this other door here, and you're going to have both targets basically at the door. And we're going to quickly drag them on the inside of the door like this, just so they're out of the line of the sight of the door. Because Imogen Royce is going to come downstairs with her bodyguard, and we don't want them to see through the door before they die. I'm going to have to hack this door again. There we go. Right, so once we've done that, all we need to do now is go back to where Sharon Reed was, in the central area, and then we need to basically trigger the flames. Cleanse the core. There we go. So as you'll see in the bottom left, your Silent Assassin tracker will turn green. In the meantime, we are going to drag this final body that's out in the open into this closet. This is just more of a precaution more than anything else. And then we're going to put on the, we're actually going to go back the way we came. I was going to say put on the disguise and take out go through the emergency exit, but there's no point because there's an exit right here. And once you go at the top of the ladder, we're not in a trespassing zone anyway. And as you saw there on the screen, the body was found of the bodies inside the data core. No one can actually get in that room once you've cleansed the core. So there's that. And also, because the fire is an accident kill, even if the bodies are found, it doesn't matter because they're accident kills and they don't affect your Silent Assassin rating. But with that knowledge armed, we can now head to the exit now and get ourselves a nice Silent Assassin rating for this particular contract. Not very good at all, really, I don't think. That's the best guide I could come up with when it comes to this sort of featured contract, when there's really only one way of doing it, unfortunately. There's the confirmation of the Silent Assassin, of the Brain Melt featured contract. Let's go move on to the second contract, which is going to be Too Much Vino. So some greedy boys have been drinking too much at the winery. A few wine-related eliminations are in order. If you use your gun, don't get greedy with the shots. All shots must hit. So we have 4 targets for this. One with has to be taken out with a fall accident, one with a consumed poison, one with an accident fall, and another one with a falling object accident. And you can't pacify anybody. So we're going to bring along the lethal pills or lethal poison vial, whichever consumable poison you have. We're going to bring along a lockpick. We're going to start in the tasting room, and that is all we're going to need. We're not even going to use the pistol. From the very start, we are going to grab a coin from that table there, and then place the coin on the bar, just to distract this guy and put the wine glass down. That allows us to put the lethal pills in his glass of wine. Go ahead and retrieve these coins after. We're going to use one of them a little bit later on. So make sure we grab those. That kill is going to take care of itself because he's going to take a sip of his wine and he's going to die of a poisoning kill. Next, we need to go down this set of stairs. And we need to push that second target into this thing here. Whatever it is. If you do this a little bit slower than I've just done it, you can have a person leaning over the railing to your right in a dark blue tuxedo. So you might want to wait for him to turn away before you do that. Next, you're going to use a lockpick on this to unlock it. And then we're going to throw a coin in the central area just to distract our third target. So you go ahead and push the button. That's going to take him out with a falling accident kill. Our fourth and final target is going to be up here next to the shredder. So we're just going to climb upstairs. He's taking a drink right now, so what we're actually going to do, instead of me being patient and waiting, I'd rather just use a coin just to get him towards this little shredder here, this crusher, whatever you want to call it. So all we've got to do is just throw a coin on the floor next to it. It's going to get his attention, and then we're going to push him in. There we go. That's all 4 targets taken care of. Now we just got to head to an exit, and we're going to go through the grape field, and it's really straightforward. Really, all 4 kills are pretty much scripted. They're very much easy enough kills. I don't think there's any other way of doing these. I mean, you could probably vary the last one. You could push him over a railing, I guess, and same thing with the second target. But that's about it, really. There's nothing really varied when it comes to this feature contract either. I don't think it's very, again, it doesn't leave it very open for creativity. So we just get a confirmation of the silent assassin for Too Much Vino. There we go. So let's move on to our third and final contract of the Achievement Hunter featured contracts, and that's the coin collapse. And these 3 out here are pinching pennies. Their greed would distract them from anything. Use that to deliver some heavy rain to their skulls. So what they're referring to there is all 3 targets need to be taken out with a falling object accident kill. We must be avoid getting seen by anybody, and we can't get spotted by cameras. And we need to do this in our DJ disguise. So we're going to start in the DJ booth. We're going to bring along any non-lethal melee that you may have. It's not necessary, so if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Just bring along a coin and your pistol. From the very start, we're going to skip the opening cutscene and climb this ladder as we exit the DJ booth. We're going to climb on top of these vents right here and get through to the opposite side, because we need to climb up the stairs and get up to the roof. And we need to climb all the way to the top. This is going to be a long climb. You must be very fit to climb these stairs as fast as 47's doing. His thighs must be burning. Imagine actually running all the way up these stairs like this. Insane. It's a good way to get fit though, I guess. But yeah, we're heading to... this is where we're going to take out 2 of the targets. Up here. So our first one's going to be where the crane is. So you should know where that is. So we're going to climb these set of stairs here and get on top of the bridge. I'm going to take out our pistol. I'm going to shoot just below the crane right there. To shoot below it. So what the target's going to do, he's going to go to that spot. And we're just going to drop this big thing on top of his head. So you just want to shoot exactly there. And there we go. That takes care of the first target. These 2 guards on the roof are going to get alerted by that, and one of them is going to exit the roof. What we're going to do is take out our non-lethal melee. If you haven't got a non-lethal melee with you, there's a paint can just to your left here. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want to get as much time as we possibly can to make sure we get this next part right. So we're going to knock him out, drag his body away a little bit. Then you want to take out a coin, and you need to get as close to this bag as possible and try and make the throw as narrow as possible so you don't get anywhere too far forward or too far to the left or right. It's very difficult to actually line this up. But once the target comes over to it, we're just going to shoot the bag. That will drop on the target's head. And that takes care of our second target. What we're doing with this body now is just hiding it, just in case that other guard comes back and potentially spots him. Now we're just going to drop down here, and then we're going to climb down this ladder to get to our third target. He's just going to be on your left here. There's going to be a guard patrolling up and down here. What we're actually going to do is knock him out, because I find that to be just a little bit more easier, more simple. There's going to be another bag of bricks just above this this set of scaffolding. So we're just going to line it up so he's just below it, not too far off. And then we're going to climb the ladder, and we're just going to just kick the bag on his head, or just shoot it, whatever you want to do. There we go, that's taking care of the third and final target. Again, these are all accident kills, so even though the bodies are being found, it's not going to spoil your silent assassin rating or anything like that. The only thing we've got left now is to head to an exit And it's a little bit tricky actually, because there's bodies being dragged through this section here. So that's a trespassing zone where that guard is. They don't care when they're dragging, but as soon as they've stopped dragging, they'll spot you through it. So it's a little bit annoying passing through that area. There we go. Just be careful with that camera as you exit this room as well, because there's a camera right above the door. But you should be in its blind spot as long as you don't run out too far. Next we're going to knock out this delivery boy. He's going to drop a key on the floor. I'm going to grab that key, open the door. I'm going to take out the camera just in case it spots us there at the end. We're going to use the scooter as the exit. There we go. And once we've exited here, we'll get a nice easy silent assassin again. Excellent. Yeah, so a whole bunch of challenges are popping up there. I haven't finished a contract in Berlin for a while. So that's why these are all popping up now. But there we go. Silent Assassin for that contract. Coin collapse. And overall, that's going to complete the Achievement Hunter featured contracts. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this helped you out if you were waiting for these. Sorry about the wait, but I did go on a break at the time of when these featured contracts actually came out, so I've only just got around doing them. So hopefully you can appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy it or you helped you out. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below or clicking the link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.